Hello everyone, welcome to the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. This is your reading for the week of June 29th, and I'm actually filming this on the 29th because sometimes life happens. So welcome if you are a new viewer, welcome back if you are a regular viewer. And like I said, my name is Debbie. This is the Mind, Body, Soul Evolution. Today is June 29th, and we have a lot happening this week. So I'm going to get into some of the details of the astrology, and I will pull tarot cards for each of our astrological signs. Now, keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take what feels good and right for you, leave the rest behind. And by all means, if you feel like this is resonating and you would like a deeper dive, feel free to reach out. My email is in the description box, and we can get you on the schedule for a reading. So today is the 29th. Today Mercury stations retrograde in the sign of Cancer, and we also have a full moon in Capricorn. Then tomorrow, on Tuesday the 30th, Jupiter, which rules Sagittarius and Pisces, changes signs, leaves Cancer. So it will be in Cancer for one day with Mercury retrograde. Then it will leave Cancer, and it will shift into Leo. The fiery aspects of Leo, right? So there's a lot happening. There's a lot of shifts happening at one time. So don't be surprised if you feel a little anxious, if you get frustrated, if you feel tired, and if you feel inspired, like all at the same time. And that is possible, right? We can go through many emotions at one point in time. So just know that if that is happening, that is the planets switching energies. So just breathe through it. You know, always place your hand on your heart and take a moment. But we're going to go through all this for you and break it down. And also remember, we just had Chiron entering into Taurus on June 19th. So that was, that was just 10 days ago. And it hasn't been in Taurus for 50 years. Big shifts and changes. So the full moon in Capricorn and Mercury retrograde in Cancer is about nature versus nurture, right? Capricorn is your nurturing sign, right? As your nature sign. It is the last earth sign. It is about structure. It is about the things you need to feel safe in this world. It's about the material world. It is about your higher, Capricorns are the royalty, right, of the zodiac. So finding your station in this world, the nature of who you are. Cancer is about nurturing. It's about home and it's about family. And they are balancing. If we need to add one more layer to this, they are balancing energies on the zodiacal wheel, which means, they are exactly 180 degrees apart on a 360 degree wheel. So they are balancing each other, and they're also opposing forces. So they will Cancer will bring out a little more nurturing side that maybe Capricorn doesn't have. And Capricorn brings out the more structured side that Cancer doesn't have. This could feel, especially if you are a Capricorn or a Cancer, like an internal conflict. Like, part of me wants this and part of me wants this. And the thing is, it's about merging the two together. So this Mercury retrograde, I just want to get to my notes because we know I have notes. This Mercury retrograde, as we know, right, is an invitation to slow down. It is an invitation to re-examine things in your life that maybe are not working the way that they once were, and to see what is working, what's working well, what isn't. And it's not, Cancer, again, it's about home and family. So this Mercury retrograde in Cancer, and by the way, Mercury retrograde this year, it'll be retrograde in all of our water signs. We already had the retrograde in Pisces. Now we have Cancer. The next one will be in Scorpio. That one will be a little more intense. So we kind of move through the levels of intensity. So this Mercury retrograde in Cancer, along with Chiron in Taurus, is going to be bringing up Chiron is the wounded healer. It's bringing up some of our wounds from the past that are ready to be healed. These are about our emotions, our relationships. So past relationships, like love relationships. It could be job losses, because that's also a relationship. Relationships with your families and friends. And more importantly, you're being asked to examine your relationship with yourself. That's the most important relationship you will ever have. You're with yourself 24/7. You know yourself better than anyone. And you get to choose what aspects of yourself you share with your family and friends and coworkers, and what you don't. So, and during this retrograde, look at how you've been nurturing yourself. What are the things you do to take care of yourself? And have you been doing that? And if you haven't, find a way to give yourself some downtime. I will give you an example. A friend of mine, we've been trying for a couple of years to get together. We finally got together yesterday. We went to Manhattan, as one of my favorite places, and she's always wanted to go to the John Lennon Memorial, Strawberry Fields at the Central Park West, which is right across the street from the apartment building he and Yoko Ono lived in, where he was killed. And she's always wanted to do that, and she never did. And I've never been there myself. I've been to go to New York all the time. I've never been there. So as part of her nurturing, like, this felt really good for her. And we had the best day. When I tell you, we both landed at we're coming from two different directions. We both landed at the train station within 10 minutes of each other. Going back home, our trains left within 10 minutes of each other. We just met like the best people. I had a bird fly in my hair, but I had a dog come up and he just gave me a little kiss on the nose. It was a feeling like you're really being nurtured in the moment. So, are you nurturing yourself? And if you are you nurturing yourself the way you need to be nurtured? Or are you listening to Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or whatever it is you're watching? And are you doing the things that they're telling you, but that doesn't feel right, but you're doing it anyway? So this is about, hi Martini, this is about listening to your intuition, going a little deeper. And for a lot of us, our intuitive skills and our psychic abilities are going to start expanding. So let's move into Jupiter moving in to Leo. This adds yet another element. So Jupiter is moving into the fiery, passionate sign of Leo. Leo is our second fire sign, right? So Jupiter is about expansion. It is about luck. But Jupiter is about seeing the bigger picture, not just the little thing in front of you, the bigger picture. So with Mercury retrograde in Cancer and pulling up these old emotions, and it's the emotions, the things that come up are the things that are ready to be healed. So looking at the bigger picture, if you don't heal these things, like, where will that take you? And if you allow yourself to heal them, and in a nutshell, healing is acknowledging. Sometimes all you need to do to heal something is to acknowledge that something has happened. To acknowledge that this is how it made you feel. And then to acknowledge you have the strength now to move past that, because that thing, that person, that event does not have the power and the strength to define who you are or to make the choices for your future. And in a nutshell, that's what it is. I should do a video on that. I keep saying that and then I forget to do them. Okay. Martini, come on. And this is Martini. She tends to make her appearance known. So, again, Jupiter is going into fiery Leo tomorrow. And it will be there for a full year, right? Jupiter lands in each sign for a year. So it's been 12 years since this transit has happened. So the Mercury retrograde is asking you to slow down and reevaluate what is not working for you. Leo will be blazing a new path forward, but blazing it forward, looking at the bigger picture, not the immediate effects, but what this will create for your future. And so many of us are going through almost a revival. That the choices we are making now are not just choices for this next year or these next couple months. These are choices that will change the trajectory of our life if we choose to do so. So let's get into our reading. Let's get off my notes. Martini is here. Martini, say hi. Or maybe get off. I don't know. I don't know if you can hear her purring. Aries, how are you? We will start with you. We'll give these cards a really good shuffle. And I don't know if you can see this little picture up here. That is the that is from Strawberry Fields. That is the plaque. It's a mosaic. It says Imagine at the John Lennon Memorial. And that has inspired my next tattoo. So stay tuned. It will be a while before I get it. I have to come up with the final design in my mind, take it to an artist to see how they want to present this. Yeah, and then they have to get the appointment right. Okay, Aries. Knight of Wands, Five of Swords. Okay, look at this. Okay, we're only going to take these four. Okay, you have Knight of Wands, Five of Swords, Four of Swords, and then Knight of Pentacles. So 2 Knights, Six of Pentacles on the root of the deck. So, yeah, this is allowing for balance and allowing yourself to receive as well as give. So Aries is our first sign of the zodiac. They are their initial trailblazers. They started with no knowledge, except for the knowledge in their soul. They didn't have any physical elements here to help guide them. They had to rely on their intuition. And things were not always quite balanced then, but now it's time to slow down, Aries. Like Knight of Wands. If you see the horse in the background, if that happens to be a sign for you. We have 2 horses. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Both knights have horses on them. Right? Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles. Building a new life. Building a new foundation. And taking your time. Having patience. Having patience to cultivate this new path. There is a path. There is an energy stirring within you. You're just really excited, Aries, to start moving forward. Now remember, while Mercury is in retrograde through the 23rd of July, it's a good time to really start to slow down. Yes, let those energies, this is more like Jupiter and Leo, right? You start to get those energetic juices flowing. You start to get those passions within you. But slow down, right? Because mental confusion comes in because Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules Gemini and Virgo. Mercury is very mental, right? So our thoughts can get a little confusing during this time. So this is not a time to move forward. This is a time to feel your passion and know that confusing thoughts or conflicting thoughts may be coming in. Okay, Martini, come on. Get down. No, you're going to have to get down. Sorry about that. Conflicting thoughts may be coming in. Again, Capricorn and full moon in Capricorn, Mercury retrograde in Cancer, they are opposing signs on the zodiacal wheel. So you could have conflicting thoughts, especially with Mercury going retrograde. But that's okay. You know there's energy within you. You know there's something you want to do. And maybe you're not quite sure which direction to take. That's fine. You don't need to know right now. The thing is, let yourself feel the feelings and feel the energy inside and sit with it. We don't always have to act right away, and we don't want to act impulsively now. This is not the time for impulse. That will come. This is asking you to sit with everything that you're feeling. And as we start getting towards the end of July and things start to calm down a little bit, then you start to move forward because you've had time now to cultivate the nature of what you want and to nurture. This is your nurturing self, right? And then you're going with the nature that is inside of you to guide you forward. And this feels like very, this may sound Aries, like it's not making any sense. The thing is to let yourself feel, journal. I'm a big fan of journaling. Write down like what you're feeling or what thoughts are coming into your mind or what inspirations you're having. And then take a step back, sit with it for a while. You don't have to act right away. Active impulsively right now could absolutely change the dynamics of everything. And you're looking for a little more balance in your life. You're looking to be able to give and to receive and to have a little more harmony. If you move too quickly, you'll be out of balance. So slow down, sit with everything, and the path forward. Again, this is for the week of June 29th. But these readings, they just kind of go in time and space. So this is probably going to take you, this is just the beginning. This is probably going to take you through the end of July. So, Aries, a little confusion there. That is your reading. We will move on to, hello Taurus, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. A lot of energy. So, Taurus, you're entertaining a Chiron for the next 8 years. 8 years. So some of those deep-rooted emotions or wounds that need to be healed, it takes a while, right, to uproot them, to bring them to the surface, because you are an earth sign. So you might feel a little trembling underneath your feet, and that's fine. That's supposed to happen. Three of Swords, Ace of Swords. And let's see what else comes out. Yeah, so Three of Swords, right? That Ace of Wands. On the root of the deck, Seven of Wands. Yeah. So this is making perfect sense. Three of Swords is known as the heartbreak card. So again, with Mercury retrograde, Chiron in your sign, right? These emotions, these things that maybe you haven't wanted to look at, maybe you've been pressing them down, they're going to come up whether you want to or not, Taurus. But that's okay. The things that come up are the things that are asking you, you need to look at me. You need to acknowledge this. This is your moment to heal and release this out. And it's like, it's a very ominous depiction, right? But the thing is, we break our own heart the longer we hold on to the past. The longer we suppress our feelings and our emotions, the longer we choose not to verify what has happened. We are making the choice, whether we realize it or not, we are making a choice to mentally disassociate from it, and then in the process we hurt ourselves. And then we sit there and we say, oh, well, they hurt me. Well, they did something, whoever they is. They did something, but we allowed it to perpetuate because we chose not to take a look at it. So when I said the earth underneath of your feet is going to start rumbling, it's going to start rumbling. And it's like, yeah, you need to take a look at this. But here's the thing, Taurus. You have two aces. Brand new beginnings. As soon as you sit there and stop the resistance, then all of a sudden you get clarity and you go, oh, wait a minute. Oh my gosh. This is making sense now. Why did I do this for so long? Now I'm starting to get clarity. And in this clarity, swords are about your thoughts. Swords are also a weapon. And you can choose now to cut off any ties or even relationships, right, that are no longer serving you. And once you start to realize that you have the power within yourself, Ace of Wands, and you see this flame is right in her sixth chakra, her third eye, opening up your place of intuition, allowing yourself to feel something you haven't felt before. This is not a mind thing. Intuition is a very internal feeling. all this is going to start opening for you. And if this is a new thing for you, you have the Seven of Wands at the root of the deck, right? You're going to maybe take a step back, put yourself in a little bubble as you try to reckon with this, with these new things that are happening. A lot of this is brand new for you, Taurus. It's completely out of your wheelhouse. It's out of your comfort zone. But you also probably know within you that this has been coming. Taurus, that is your reading for this week. Let us know how that works for you. Again, it's okay, like, to take a step back, to close your eyes and just allow yourself to feel, Taurus. And allowing yourself to feel, this will dissipate. Your intuition will start to guide you. You'll start to get really clear on what is right for you and what is not. Taurus, that is your reading. And this is just the beginning for you, Taurus. So don't worry about it. You have plenty of time. Taurus, that is your reading for this week. We will move on to Gemini. Hello, Gemini. How are you? This is your reading for the week of June 29th. And my friend I was in New York with, she is a Gemini, I'm a Sagittarius. So I'm just saying, what does this week hold for our Gemini friends? So you will be affected, obviously, by Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules Gemini. It's very mental energy, so don't be surprised. And Gemini has the two faces, right? They see both sides of a situation. So don't be surprised, Gemini, if your thoughts are spinning for the next month, and just let them spin. Just let them go, right? They will eventually calm down. Okay, 3 cards right there. 3 of Pentacles. Let's see. This is about new community. This is about people helping you to get to where you want to go. But let's see what the other cards hold. Yeah, man. 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands. Are you kidding me, Gemini? On the root of the deck. So the root of your reading is people who are helpful, who kind of get you, right? They're there to help you build your life, not to judge your life, but to help you build. Once you recognize that you can let new people in and you can put space between you and the people who do not support you, things go very quickly, right? Very fast. 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, because basically you're building a life. And by the way, this is the Kabbalah tree of life in here, if you want to do any research on that. You're building a life where you don't have to work so hard. You've done all the work. Now it's time for you to receive the reward of your work. And you have 6 of Wands. It's just about reward and recognition. That comes when you align yourself with people who are helpful, who are people who are aligned with you, even if they're completely different than how you move through this world. That doesn't matter. If they can support you in your vision and your dream, and they have a different way of approaching it, and you go, oh, wait a minute, that might work. That's where alignment comes in. That's when the energy shifts and you get to move forward. Because you work a lot, Gemini, and sometimes it's a lot of more mental energy. But it's time for you to receive the rewards. It's time for you to be recognized for exactly like who you are. Like who you are on the inside. The part of you, the moon part of you that you don't let to be seen out into the world. Although the moon card is not here, I get the feeling, Gemini, it's time to let the inner you shine. And in doing so, everything just starts to fall into place. I love this. I'm just a little jealous. I almost wish this was my reading. Things are starting to move very quickly, Gemini. So that's your reading. Let us know how that goes. And let's move on to, hello, Cancer. Cancer, you are hosting Mercury retrograde. And you're saying goodbye to Jupiter. So yeah, Cancer, you might want to stay in your shell for a little bit, right? You might want to go, I'm just going to stay home, nurture myself. But let's see what the cards hold for our Cancer friends. I said this is a Very busy month, the whole month of July. And we have Independence Day, right, in the United States. I think Taylor Swift is getting married in Times Square on Friday, July 3rd. During a Mercury retrograde. Really. This is the kind of stuff that is happening now. Like, this is the craziest of things. So Cancer, let's see what does this mean for Cancer? Okay. On the root of the deck, Cancer, you have 10 of Cups, right? Dreams, emotional fulfillment. This is the happy family. This is what it's like to be nurtured, to fully nurture yourself and your family. And you're all about home and family. Like, this is your card. So that is on the root of the deck. Yeah, death and rebirth. Scorpion energy. Quick changes, like unexpected changes out of nowhere, but that should be expected, right? As Jupiter leaves your sign, as Mercury stations direct or retrograde in your sign, and the full moon in Capricorn. So for Cancer, I would see where Capricorn is at in your chart. I would see where Scorpio is at in your chart, in your birth chart when you were born. So this is balance, right? This is kind of like, so whatever you have been avoiding, Cancer, you can no longer avoid it. It's going to happen. It's going to put you into a brand new place, into a place where you realize that, wait a minute, the impossible is possible. Things you didn't believe were possible for you are now starting to make their way. And again, it's going to take a little while, especially with Mercury retrograde in your sign. But here we have, like, the flying pig. You know, like they say, there's a saying, you know, like, it'll happen like when pigs fly, or I'll do this like when pigs fly. Well, guess what? Like, this is believing in the impossible. And if you see right here, and I love this deck because there's a lot of hidden things in the deck. This is about love. You see the two hands there joining together as a heart, and then there's like a crown above it. So there's a lot of divine guidance helping you navigate through this change, especially like this death and rebirth. Leaving something behind because there's something much greater for you. And if you just look at the very top here, this almost looks like a fish flying, like swimming above his head, right? Just saying, like, there's a lot of hidden things in this deck. You have the King of Swords. Once you decide to believe in the impossible, then you have, look at that. You get really clear. The King of Swords is like a no-nonsense kind of guy. He cuts off all the bullshit. He's really clear. And the traditional Rider-Waite, it is the only king in the deck that is, his focus is straightforward. The other kings are turning one side or the other. The King of Swords is forward, direct focused. He's got the crow for his intuition. He's got the bat, right? You don't need to see where you're going. Because bats, you know, they say bats are blind. They have this internal radar. So leaning on your intuition. You have the owl, the wisdom of the owl. You have the waves. He's literally like riding the waves, and he's risen above his emotions, right? He's not letting his emotions take over because he's really clear and really focused. Like, he doesn't care that these waves are in the background. He's like, I know exactly who I am. I know where I'm going. I know what I want. A lot of clarity. Believe in the unbelievable. Believe that all things are possible, Cancer, and they will be for you. Let's move on to Leo. Hello, Leo. How are you? How are my beautiful Leo friends? As you take on Jupiter. As a fellow fire sign, I am really excited about this transit myself. Personally, I am. Because, you know, fire and fire, they like to dance together. They like to create a little chaos. 7 of Pentacles, right? So let's see what the other cards are. One card came out as face up, Judgment. So let's see what the other two cards are. Okay. So Seven of Pentacles. So, it's not necessarily what these cards mean, but I have to go on intuition. Seven of Pentacles. So, Leo, it's like you've been working on something behind this. I get the feeling you've been working on something behind the scenes that very few people, if anyone, knows about. And you've been like really secretive, uncharacteristically secretive. Like again, I get the feeling you've been working on something behind the scenes. It has something that has like a lot of depth for you, whatever that means. Something that's really deep rooted in the soul of who you are, and you feel like you've kept it from the world, even from your, maybe not from your family, but definitely from your friends. And here's the thing: the sun comes out. It's time for you, Leo, to just put it out there. Like the sun is illuminating the path for you, especially with Jupiter in your sign. I know my arm's going all over the place. The big picture of whatever it is you've been working on, in private, behind the scenes, like the big picture is revealing itself, and you have this like break free moment here coming for you, Leo, and it's about time, right? You've had some really dicey things happening with your work and your career, and if you're an entrepreneur, like people who have not been on your side. This is like a break free moment for you, Leo. This is what Spirit keeps telling me. It's a break free moment. Things are going to start illuminating. You're going to be in the spotlight. And this is not the Six of Wands. We just had that, but this is a much bigger spotlight. So whatever it is you've been working on the, behind the scenes that you've kind of kept private to yourself, it's going to come out now. It's time for you to shine. It's time for you to break free from everything. Leo, I'm excited for you. And this is because Jupiter is now moving into your sign tomorrow, right? And you have this feeling of it's time to expand. So, Leo, let us know. And we will move on to, hello Virgo, how are you? Let's see what the cards hold for our Virgo friends for this week. It's very exciting. This energy is exciting, and it can be draining and tired and daunting because it all sounds good, right? But then when you go to put it into reality, it's a little different flavor to get there. But Virgo, so okay, Seven of Pentacles again. That's your first card though. So let's see what else comes out for our Virgo friends. Okay, Virgo is a little slower today. The Hanged Man on the root of the deck. Knight of Swords. So, knights. They are associated with, and I say this a lot, and I keep saying I need to do a video on all these things, and I forget to do them. The court cards each court card holds two different elements. Knights in and of themselves are associated with the element of fire. And then swords is about your thoughts. So like getting really energized about the inspiration and the ideas that are coming to you. These could be ideas that you've been working on for a while. Yeah. And again, what is it? You and Leo. And Gemini, right? The Empress. So, again, you've been working on something under the surfaces. This could be a passion project that you're not quite there. Like you see, like if he's running towards the motorcycle, he's not quite there. Like you're almost there. You're almost ready to put this out there. You've been working on this for a long time. This could be around art. Or this could be around your intuition. They're the two things that are coming to mind, but only you will know. Again, this is a general reading. But you're putting something brand new out there. This is, although this is something that's, your mind is moving it forward, this is something that has come to you intuitively. This is a really big intuitive project. You've got the Hanged Man, right? You've been like I said, you've been contemplating this for a while. This is nothing brand new. Maybe brand new to the people around you, but it's not brand new to you. You've been working on this for a while. It's like, I'm almost there. I'm almost there. Probably at the end of Mercury retrograde is when this thing is going to actually come into the world. Is when you're actually going to be giving birth to this thing, whatever it is you've been working on. But the time, it's like it's there. You're right on the very edge of it, Virgo. Like, you've been contemplating this. And again, this feels more like it's divinely guided through your intuition. And it's a really deep, passionate project. So whatever it is you're working on, Virgo, like, it's almost time. It's almost time to put it out there. And this is so much fun. Virgo, cannot wait to see what happens. Again, I tend to think this is probably going to happen closer to July. But you're literally, like, you're finishing up the final touches of this. Great job, Virgo. Great job. Let's move on to Libra. Hello, Libra. How are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. So, Libra, there may be some balancing things coming up for you just because of the Capricorn and Cancer situation we have going on right now. The planetary changes, there's many cards, for Capricorn and Cancer. So, I would not be surprised if some of our Libras would be called on and asked, like, can you help us resolve this situation because we can't seem to make things work. So you might be called on to be a mediator in some instance. But let's see what the cards hold for our Libra friends, because, you know. Libra, on the root of the deck, 10 of Cups. Cancer had this card right in the same position. So the root of everything is harmony, is family, is home. It is filling your cup with love. But you have Queen of Swords. This is your Queen. 8 of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. So, if your focus is on family, home, relationships, right? What does that mean? What does that mean to you? So you're getting into your logical space. Like, this makes sense. The bigger picture. What do I need to do? Where is this driving me? Right? What do I need to do? You're getting really clear, really focused. And look, like there's nothing in her way. She's in her little boat. She's got a bird flying above her. She's got a couple flags there. But you're laser focused at this point. So you're coming out of a phase where maybe there was other opinions getting in the way. And this is about stability. You have the Falcon here, which is about seeing the bigger picture. Jupiter is about expansion and seeing the bigger picture. Jupiter is in, tomorrow it's moving into Leo. So there could have been other people trying to say, we do that, right? We put our influences in, or our opinions. A friend of ours is going through something or doing something, and we all have these opinions. So you're sorting out, like, what makes sense to you from what other people are saying and what is right for you. Because ultimately, you're going to take them. You might take other people's opinions as, thank you so much for your input, but this is my choice and I have to do this my way. And your way is you're looking for independence and security in your family life, in your home life, and you're going to go to this from how you need it to happen. You already know, kind of, Libra, where you're going with this. You already know where you're going with this, or what you want. It's the how to get there. And the how to get there is letting go of other people's opinions. And this is not what this card means, but in this reading, this is what's coming through. letting go of what other people have put out there. And look, everyone is well-meaning, right? We do this all the time. We try to help our friends and families out, and you go, yeah, that's not working for me, but thank you very much. But putting all their stuff aside, right? And opening your eyes and freeing yourself and say, okay, what do I need? But I think you already know where you're going with this, Libra. I think you already know where you're going and what you want. It's waiting for the things to calm down through the retrograde phase to start to put things into place. And I don't think you have to do a whole lot of work, Libra, to have these things happen. Once you get clear in your mind, I think you just let things happen. Just kind of let it flow. I don't think there's a whole lot you need to do. Just get rid of whatever thoughts or opinions that are not working for you. Push them off to the side, and it's time for you to then move forward. But you're building a great foundation. This is all about family, home, security, luxury. Like, what feels good? What makes you feel safe, right? And it's not necessarily always about physical things. It's about the people around you that help you to feel safe as well, and secure and loved. Libra, that is your reading. We'll move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. Let's see what this week holds for Scorpio. Very interesting, because Scorpio, you showed up for Cancer. So let's see what this week holds for our Scorpion friends. And yeah, okay. Six of Wands. And I think a couple weeks ago, Scorpio had the Six of Wands as well. So success, victory, being recognized for your talents, for your work. But let's see what comes here. Knight of Wands, that came out before. Eight of Pentacles. Page of Swords. So whatever it is, I'll show you the cards in a second. Whatever it is you've been learning, Scorpio, it's now time to put that in. It's now time to use that and to put it into your world. Like, whatever skills you learn, like as a yoga teacher, if we learn how to teach something a different way, or we learn a new pose or a new mantra or something, then it's time for us to apply what we've learned. And this is where you're going at, Scorpio. It's like this is a really exciting time for you. Whatever it is you've been learning, right? Page of Swords. Pages themselves are associated with the element of earth. Swords are associated with the element of air, right? So this is your thoughts, this is your logic. So this is like your education. Whatever it is you've been studying, whatever it is you've been learning, whether it is formal education or something you're doing on your own, it's really lighting you up, Scorpio. And this could be on the side of mysticism. The word mysticism is coming in. You could be working, and you're a highly psychic. You're probably the most psychic sign. Scorpio and Pisces are probably the two most psychic signs of the zodiac. So this could be around mysticism, which is a little different than intuitiveness. This is a whole nother level of connection to the other side, or connection to what it is you believe in. Whatever tools, your skills you're learning, right? It's kind of like a chef in the kitchen, and you're learning how to cook, and you have all these new herbs and spices, and you're putting them together to make a whole new dish. That's what it feels like. You're creating something new to put out into the world, as to how maybe it could be around for people to develop their own mystical, or to tap into their own mysticism. This is what's coming in really strong, Scorpio. So only you can let me know. It feels like, although there are no cards here that indicate breakthrough. Again, Leo had breakthrough moment. I think this is a breakthrough moment for you. And this is about your intuition and your mystical abilities and your connection to the other side. And for some of our Scorpio friends, it is a direct connection to someone very specific on the other side for you. I don't know who that is. But if you follow a mystic who is on, in the spiritual plane, that is what is guiding. That is what is guiding you. But there's a lot of passion behind this project, Scorpio. And you've been studying like really, I don't want to say studying really, really hard, but this is something you have been learning about for a while that has really captured your attention. And you're going to be putting it out there. Scorpio, I rarely say this, but I don't think you have to wait till the end of Mercury retrograde in order to start applying what you've learned and putting it out into the world and sharing it with people. I don't think you need to wait. And I generally don't say that. So, Scorpio, very interesting reading. Let us know. And we will move on to Sagittarius. Hello, Saggies. How are you? Let's see what this week holds for you. And I was watching a video with Carrie Samuels. She's an astrologer. And they're talking about the astrological chart for the United States. Because I'm in the United States. And the United States, the rising sign for the United States is Sagittarius. So that constant optimism, right? Seeing the bigger picture of something, and if something is not in alignment, that Sagittarius arrow kind of creates little waves, right? And shows us back to the way of optimism that we are supposed to be. That we are born on in this earth and in this country. So I found that very interesting. But let's see what the cards hold. The Eight of Cups came out as the first card. So let's see what else this week holds for Sagittarius. So this is moving into, this is kind of following your heart, is what they're telling me. You're following your heart, your intuition. Moving into a whole new direction. But let's see what else comes out for Sagittarius. Okay. Knight of Swords, we just had that. And both of these are cards that you see, and I'll show you the cards that you see the back of the people. Three of Cups. This is very telling because again it's the back of the people. King of Swords on the root of the deck. Okay, now we see the front, and I'll show you what that means in a second. So, King of Swords, right? Getting really clear. So you're seeking clarity, right? You are maybe tired of Sagittarians sometimes because we are mutable signs. We can get a little confused. We want to do this and we want to do that and we want to do this, and we have a lot of passions within us. We're now following that down. We're going, wait a minute. I'm getting really clear. I'm leaning into my Capricorn side. Now, I would say if Sagittarius, see where Capricorn is at in your chart. Obviously, see where Cancer is at because we have the Mercury retrograde in Cancer. See where Mercury is at in your chart. And so let's get into this. I will just show you real quickly what I was talking about. She's moving. She's following her heart. He's moving forward. You just see the back of him. The Three of Cups. Spiritual alignment. You see the backs of them. There's nothing written in the book of the tarot that just addresses this. Well, not that I have seen. But the back represents your past. Like in yoga, the back of the body represents your past. So when we open up the back body, we're releasing the past. So these are all about leaving the past behind, moving toward your future. You're moving forward with clarity. Underneath the King of Swords, and we'll stop there, is the Fool. Like, this is a brand new journey for you. You've learned a lot. You've gotten really clear, and now you're ready to move forward onto a brand new adventure. Then under that, and then we'll stop here. Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn. Queen of Pentacles, right? You want comfort. You want stability. You want clarity. And you can't find that where you're at. You're moving now. You're following your heart. You're following your intuition. You're moving in a completely different direction. This could feel like a bit of a solo journey to start. And a journey where some may not understand. And that's okay. They don't need to understand. You start that solo journey because you have, now along with the clarity, and you're getting really clear, you have the Knight of Swords. Again, knights are associated with the element of fire. Swords are your thoughts and your logic. So you combine passion, heat, energy with logic, and you're unstoppable. You know where you're going and you know how to get there, and you don't need a whole lot. He has this little motorcycle here, and just FYI, Sagittarius, is the archer with the bow and arrow, and he has the bow and arrows on the back of his back. Just pointing that out. And as you move forward, right, then you start to meet up. Look at this. Like it's the Big Dipper. You find people who are aligned on the journey where you're going. Purples, right? This is all intuitively guided. This is strength moving forward here, following the sun, illuminating, right? Her dress is yellow. This is about internal strength, third chakra, and then that's leading you with your intuition to this whole new place. You're looking for stability, you're looking for comfort, you're looking for an easier life, Sagittarius, because some of our Sagittarius, there's a lot of our signs, you're just worn out. You've been working for other people, making other people's dreams come true, and you haven't been concentrating on yours. This is your time, Sagittarius, to let your dreams come into focus and to make your dreams come true. Oh my gosh, Sagittarius, I'm tired. Great reading, Sagittarius, though. Great reading. So, and again, you see her, the Queen's and the King. So when you get to your higher self, right, then you're moving toward your future. This, you're moving away from your past. So just keep that in mind. If you're learning to read cards, and like her, she's reaching for her future. So and though when I did my tarot class, I did not bring this up. But this was also, I used a different deck at that time. But they're all three of them are all moving away from the past. And once they follow their intuition, then they turn their face forward and they have clarity and they have their vision and they're leading with their intuition. Putting that out there. Sagittarius. Sagittarius wants to know what's going on with you. We love this for you, Sagittarius. Let us know in the comments. And we move on. Capricorn. Happy full moon, Capricorn. So although I'm filming this on the full moon, we're going to feel the effects of the Capricorn full moon for several days. Look, 2 cards did not go into the shuffle. One is the Emperor. We'll see if he comes out in your reading. That is Capricorn energy. But let's see. Capricorn, what does this full moon, Capricorn? And this is your moon, right? So yeah, enjoy this moon. Enjoy this energy. Like, this is your time. I always love when the moons are in our, I'm a Sagittarius, when I have my new moon or my full moon, it always just illuminates everything. So Capricorn, just pay attention to what's being illuminated in your life at this point. What are you feeling passionate about? And Queen of Swords, she's making her debut today. The Fool. Okay, we just had this with Sagittarius. The Fool, a new journey, and so a new journey begins. And full moons are the culmination, right? Full moons are the end of a cycle to start yet a new cycle. The same. Justice. Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so this just came out. So you're starting a new journey, right? Libra. So I would also look to see where Libra is at in your chart, because this is Libra energy. So yeah, again, you want ease, you want balance, you want harmony, and you want to get really clear on the world that you're creating for yourself. Clarity comes. Also look to see where Leo is out in your chart, because Jupiter just moved into Leo, so that is seeing the bigger picture, right? Seeing the bigger picture. And the bigger picture for you is fairness. It is balance. It is comfort. This is your queen, Capricorn. It is comfort. It is stability. It is knowing who you are. And again, you are the royalty. Capricorns are the royalty of the zodiac signs. So for some of our Capricorns, maybe you're finally realizing exactly who you are and taking your rightful place in your world, whatever that is, in your home, in your family, in your community, in your job, in your entrepreneurship, if you're moving in that direction. And the word banking just came up. I don't know if anyone is in banking. The word banking, being a banker, or something to do with finances just came up. And that could come up with stability, with the stability here and the comfort zone. I think there's something else going on, so they're not telling me, Capricorn. So just kind of keep that in mind. It could also mean, like, just watch your bank accounts. With Mercury retrograde, bank accounts can, it governs finances, communication, transportation, travel. So just watch your bank accounts. Now, this did not come up for any other signs, but the word banking keeps coming into my head. So just watch your bank accounts. But you're going in a new direction, but this is a direction where Sagittarius is going off in a whole new phase. You're coming back to yourself. You're allowing yourself to actually sit in the seat, in the hierarchy in your community that you were born to be, becoming the natural leader, sitting in your leadership role. And as that leader, you will lead with fairness and justness and balance. And you'll rule, or you will lead, not rule, you will lead though with a clear mind and a straightforward focus. That's big. Capricorn, that is your reading. Let us know. And we move on to Aquarius. Aquarius, how are you? Welcome to your reading for the week of June 29th. It is a reading. If you've watched any of the other signs, you know there's just a lot happening. I should have taken tonight off. I teach tonight. I should have taken tonight off. I did not. But that's okay. I'll teach a full moon class tonight and we'll be good. But yeah. Okay. Let's see what this holds for our Aquarius friends. Too many cards are popping out. So when it's too many, we don't want to overdo it. Okay, the World. She just came popping right out. The World is the last card in the major arcana. So coming to a completion, coming full circle. She also has the rainbow on her skirt. I was in the city yesterday, and it was the Pride Parade. I would just go to Strawberry Fields. That was uptown. The Pride Parade was downtown. Just quickly, Aquarius, this is Archangel Metatron. It was very active in the tarot cards, by the way. So if you're looking for an archangel for guidance or to study, Archangel Metatron would be the one. And if my friends are watching, they'll say she always brings him up. And I do, but that's because he's always around me. Metatron, Sandalphon, his brother, is my guide at this point. Knight of Swords, again, we're getting there. Two of Wands. So what is the dream? What is the dream, Aquarius? What is the dream? So you've come full circle to the point where you're realizing that I love this depiction because she's balancing on one foot, but she's in the center of her own world. She's in the center of the circle. This is about taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, and realizing that your person, not the whole world out there, but your personal world has to revolve around your dreams. You have to build it around your dreams, around your wishes, around who you are. And there may have been some conflict in the past, like, oh, I can't do it for me. But here's the thing. Once you set your life up, or your personal world, around your dreams, your wishes, and what fulfills you, then you show up better for everyone else around you because you've let yourself be filled up. So you may be coming to an end of some confusion as to your energy's been pulled in different directions and it needs to be pulled back into you. So if there's a lot of people, and I'm not saying not to be helpful because we're all here to help each other, right? But if you're being pulled in too many directions, you're going to need to get clear. Again, Knight of Swords, he's been a major player in today's reading. Get clear about what you need. Again, he just has his motorcycle and his bow and arrow. He just has his motorcycle. This is about simplicity, simplifying things, getting rid of all the other distractions, simplifying your life, simplifying your path, getting rid of the distractions. Being almost single-minded thinking. Very linear single-minded thinking is what Spirit is telling me. You will feel so much better. And then your dreams, look at that. I love this. The Volkswagen van from the 60s and 70s, right? She's got the world, like the world is there, waiting for you to show up as yourself. Without the distractions, with the clarity and the forward focus. And the world is just waiting for you. Give it some time. Go through the Mercury retrograde. But these things are going to start stirring within you. I have no doubt, though, Aquarius, that you're going to know exactly what this is. We move on to Pisces. Hello, Pisces. How are you? This is your reading for the week of June 29th. So, Mercury retrograde, full moon in Capricorn, Jupiter in Leo, Chiron and Taurus. Why not? 4 big things happening all at the same, all these major energies at once. I'm tired. I'm sure you are too, right? So give yourself rest. This is for everyone. Rest when you need to. Okay, Pisces, you had 1 card fall out. We have our second. And we'll see what the cards hold for our Piscean friends. Knight of Pentacles, right? And again, he's made his rounds today. Again, there's a horse on here if that means anything to anyone. Green pastures. So again, moving to greener pastures, right? Building a solid foundation of security, taking your time, right? And look, feet to earth, like he's barefoot, right? Getting really grounded as to where you're going. 10 of Wands, right? Ace of Swords, I love it. 5 of Wands, here we go. So, 10 of Wands. You've been working really hard, Pisces. It's like you're at the end of a phase where they're telling me like overwhelmed or overburdened. It's like life feels really heavy right now. You're coming to the end of feeling the life feeling heavy, or life pushing on your back, if that makes any sense. This is what Spirit is saying. And you're going to start to get really clear as to, what kind of life do I want? Again, this is a pivotal point for everybody. It's no surprise, or it's no coincidence that all of these major planetary shifts and all these big signs are happening all at the same time. Right, you're starting to get focused as to, wait a minute. Like, she even has her eyes closed, right? So, of course, I would say, close your eyes, lean into your intuition. Even if you don't meditate, just close your eyes and slow down your breath. 4 or 5 breaths, nice and slow, hand on heart. That's all you have to do. It does not have to be this whole big 10, 30-minute meditation, hour meditation. I mean, that's fine. But that may not be what you need. And again, you have 5 of Wands and 10 of Wands. It's like you've been fighting against something for a long time, or there's been a lot of expectations placed on you unfairly, if that makes any sense, Pisces. Like, there's been a lot of stuff placed on you, and you just want a simple life. Like, you don't want all this chaos. You don't want to have all this baggage. And this, although this could be like emotional baggage as well. Although this is not a heart card or a cups card, this could be a lot of emotional baggage. And there could be a lot of expectations that have been placed on you that you're done. You just want something simple. You just want to go off into your little world and just have the basics that you need. And the basics could be a lot of things around you, but it's the things that you need and not the things that other people think that you should have or that you should need. You're getting really clear. So this is a time for clarity. You're coming to this end of this phase, though, where it feels like the world is just pushing on you. This is what the Spirit is saying. Like the world is just pushing on your back and pushing on your back. And it's like you're ready just to collapse and rest. If that makes sense, Pisces. So Pisces, let us know. And again, in this ace, you have the crow, which is about, if you can see that, intuition and wisdom. You have the infinity. Again, there's all hidden symbols on these cards. The infinity symbol, right? So you're infinite. A little bit of a thing looks like a honeycomb here, a little bit. So right up in here. And there is what is this, algebra? You see that? So what are the thoughts spinning in your mind? And where are they leading you to? And even this looks like a makeshift compass right here. Hold on. I just want to see one thing in my little chart here. I want to see what this symbol is. Because I know, well, I kind of know this symbol, yeah. If I can't find it easily, then I will stop. But I think I know this symbol. And I cannot find it. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Mercury. Right here, the little symbol here is Mercury. So maybe stop spinning the mental wheels and lean into your earthly space. Get a little grounded, right? Take your shoes off, walk barefoot through the forest, walk barefoot on the lawn, out in the park. Everyone, it has been a reading. That is your reading for the week of June 29th. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. If any of this resonates with you, like the video, share it with a fellow seeker. Subscribe to the channel, and if you want to schedule a personal reading, because there's so much happening, my email is in the description box, and feel free to reach out. Until next time, enjoy the energies, everyone, and get some rest. Sending you light and love.